Talking about the brain tonight. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We talking about the brain. Can you heal your brain? Can you regenerate cells of your brain? We waiting for some people to load on in. How y'all doing? Instagram family. There we go. Miss Gina, how you doing? Miss Jeezy, Miss Sunflower Child, how y'all doing? Y'all ready for class tonight? We're gonna talk how to heal the brain tonight. We're talking how to heal the brain tonight. Please share this live out with a couple people, your friends or family. We're talking how to heal the brain tonight. Where y'all tapping in from? Y'all understand we got a system going. We're talking about healing different systems. If you do not know how to heal your body, it starts with learning the different systems that make up the human body. Yes, you are an organism. I love you. But how many systems make up the human body? We got the respiratory system, the digestive system, the reproductive system. But specifically the month of May, we talking everything nervous system. But how many people understand the brain is a part of the nervous system? All right, so we got Long Beach, we got Texas, we got Canada, Santa Monica, we got DC, Pennsylvania, we got Charlotte. Somebody said, I still want the pork chop recipe. The pork chop recipe is in my book. The pork chop recipe is in my new book, Cellular Health 101. So please go get your copy. Everything I'm about to teach tonight is in this book. Everything I'm about to teach tonight is in this book. So if you're just joining my live for the first time, we're gonna talk for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell a story. We're gonna take notes for about 20 minutes. We're gonna ask questions. And when you finish, you should understand the brain, the nervous system, and how to heal different aspects of the brain within your family, right? Y'all ready to go with me tonight? Y'all ready to go with me tonight? We're doing this every Monday. Every Monday we do cooking classes. Every Thursday we're talking. So this is Thursday Talks with Moorish Chef, where we're talking health versus healthcare. What would the healthcare system do if you started talking about brain issues? So before we start, who am I? I'm the Moorish Chef. I have a bachelor's degree of nursing. I've been plant-based since I was about 14 years old. I'm a private chef for professional athletes, and I travel the country teaching our family how to heal by understanding how to properly fund their cellular bank accounts, right? So that's me in a nutshell. But tonight we're talking about the brain specifically. The nervous system is the month of May, but we talked about the nervous system last week. If you joined us last week, what is the nervous system, right? What are some of the diseases that affect the nervous system that run in our family? Can y'all tell me some of the diseases of the nervous system that run in our family? Anybody heard of dementia? Anybody heard of Alzheimer's disease? Anybody's had somebody in their family dealing with Parkinson's? What about a stroke? You know anybody in your family who had a stroke? What about lupus, neuropathy, meningitis, right? Who knew stress and depression was a brain disorder, right? So somebody said, yes, my mom, yes, me, okay. So I'm talking to my family tonight. As long as we got a couple of people, that's all I wanna do. We're gonna talk for about 5 minutes, right? As a nurse, this is what I love. As a nurse, this is what I love. I love being able to teach our community how to stay out the hospital. Many people not taking time to teach you all this, right? So if you on this live, I appreciate you all. So we got the nervous system, we got the brain, right? We know some of the diseases and disorders that happens within the brain. But my first question is, many of you all know I'm a nurse, but how many of you all know I'm a male doula? Raise your hand if you know I'm a male doula. Can I get a high five for the doulas in the house? I just see my brother, Melanated Daddy, my brother Teddy being here sometimes. It's a couple male doulas. So if you know any brothers who doing doula work, shout out to them, right? But why is being a doula so important? Or why is knowing how birth works so important when it comes to the brain? I'm about to make it all make sense. We're about to go into teaching mode now, right? Please get a pen and pad and write some of this stuff down. This is the most important part of what we teach today because it starts with the foundation, right? This is the most important part of what we're teaching today because it starts with the foundation. And men, if you're leaders of the family, it starts with us. if you're a man on this line tonight or watching this in the future, it starts with us, right? So listen, somebody said, what is a doula? Somebody who helps somebody through birth. But if we understand the birthing process and we understand pregnancy, how many women in here has gone through birth? How many women in here has had a baby? Any women in here had a baby or went through birth? A male doula is somebody who helps with birth or through birth. If you know the birthing process, you've probably heard of the midwife. The midwife is the medical professional who helps with birth. And the doula is helping with spiritual aspects, nutritional aspects, physical aspects, whether it's maneuvering techniques, breathing techniques, relaxation techniques. A doula helps with all these things. But how many people in here have had a baby or have went through birth with somebody? Raise your hand if you know somebody who had a baby or have had a baby, right? Most of us don't understand, as men, as melanated people, when does the brain start to develop inside a child? When does the brain start to develop inside the mother? That's the first question in the night. When does the brain start to develop? Babe, stop cheating. My wife is on this line, and my wife understands because she listens to me. She hears me talk. My wife is on this line. Stop cheating, babe. So how many of you all know when a brain starts to develop in a fetus? This is the most important question of the night. Most of my brothers are going to leave because they don't want to be here. Get the brothers back online because we're talking about food. We're talking about the brain. You can heal your brain if you understand how the brain works, right? When does the brain start to develop in a fetus? So the brain starts to develop in the fetus about 3 to 4 weeks after conception. For everybody who didn't know, put a 3 in the comments. For everybody who did not know, put a 3 in the comments. The brain in the baby starts to develop about 3 to 4 weeks after conception. That's the first thing we need to know as melanated beings that we are not taught. The brain in a fetus starts to develop around the 3rd or 4th week. Now watch this. Watch how we tricked from our position from the beginning, right? Most of the people in our community don't find out they're pregnant till after the first missed period, and then they go get a pregnancy test, right? So we miss the first period, we think a couple days, we ponder, we haven't planned, so we trying to deal with the stress and the anxiety around it, and then we talk to our spouse or whoever, and then we go get a test. So now we're about 6 weeks out. Most of us in our community find out we're really pregnant about 6 weeks out. What has already started to develop in our young fetuses? Y'all see how we behind? Please understand how cellular health is so important to healing our communities. If you all understand what I'm going around the world trying to teach our communities, you all will see how we can heal from within, right? I'm going live every Monday cooking, every Thursday making these points so you all can see how the body works. In order to heal the body, you got to understand how it works. In order for my brothers to feel empowered within our families and taking care of our families and protecting our families, how are you protecting your children and you don't even know how to make when your children's brains start to develop? This is why it's important for us to be doulas, men, so we can understand the process that happens with birth, so we can understand the cells, right? The organs that's being developed and when, all right? So now we got the brain starts to develop in vitro around the 3rd week, right? So now what does that mean? What type of cells make up the brain? The brain is a part of the nervous system. The nervous system we learned last week. If you missed last week's class, go to my page, go to my YouTube. All of these videos are shared on my YouTube. If you missed last week's class, it was about the basis of the nervous system, right? This week's class, we're breaking down different aspects of the nervous system. Next week, we're going to talk about different ways to heal the nervous system, even though today we're talking about the brain, right? So if you know the brain, it's a part of the central nervous system. What type of tissue makes up the brain? what type of tissue makes up your brain? The brain starts to form in about the third week. The brain forms in different stages, right? I don't want to make this about anatomy and physiology. We got any biology majors in here? We got about 40, 50 people in here. Any biology majors? I don't want to make this about anatomy, physiology, but I want to talk through a couple points so we can get to the food aspect, because y'all want to know, what foods can I eat? Hey, bro, what foods can I eat to make me right? What foods can I eat to heal my brain? What foods is making my brain bad? That's what you want to know. But before I get there, I want to give you all proper understanding and knowledge so we can build upon it, right? I don't just want, what they say, give a man some knowledge and he'll learn how to fish or eat for a lifetime. I don't just want to teach you what foods to heal your family. I want to give you the knowledge to actually keep your family out of the hospital, because I love you. I'm not just a chef. I am your brother, but I'm also an advocate for you showing up for your family and teaching your family how to eat and live properly, right? So look, your baby's brain starts to develop in the third week. Your baby's brain is made up of certain tissues. What type of tissues? The brain develops into different phases, right? So we got the procephalon phase, the mesencephalon phase. And these are regions, right? But it starts as the brain starts like this, and then it grows into the actual brain, right? So about the third week, the neural tube opens after conception and the brain starts to form, right? So as your brain is forming in your child, it's minerals and vitamins that's essential, right? Because the brain, we know the brain makes up what? The communication center for your body. So how do you heal? If you got blood pressure issues, right? If you got sleep deprivation issues, if you have gut issues, right? If you have blood sugar issues, if you have liver issues, all of these issues stem from the brain sending chemical reactions or sending information to certain processes or for certain processes to happen, right? Your brain is the communication center, right? But if we don't understand what tissues make up the brain, how do you heal the brain? So what I teach, cellular health. If you just joined in my live for the first time, we teach cellular health, how to properly fund a cellular bank account. I'm getting you to eat healthy so we could keep your ass out the hospital, so you could properly love your families. I'm doing the same thing, right? But listen, cellular health means I'm properly funding my cellular bank account, giving my body the 100 minerals and vitamins it needs so my cells could be properly funded, so my tissues could have the proper resources to grow. If your tissues have the proper resources to grow, then they're actually making healthy organs. If your body has healthy organs, they talk and communicate, so now the organ system is healthy. Today, we're talking specifically the nervous system, the organ being the brain. Somebody said earlier, what type of cells make up the brain? We got to know, if we're going to feed the cells, what type of cells we feed it. What type of cells make up your heart? What type of cells make up your lungs? Do you all know that? Do you know what type of cells make up your kidneys? Do you know what foods these cells need? You're dealing with kidney damage. You're dealing with gut issues, right? That's why it's so important what I teach. I left the hospital to come into the community and teach my loved ones how to heal their families. I just need you all to start understanding. Most of us don't understand. I get it, most of us don't understand. And that's why I'm so passionate. As a chef, I teach you all how to make foods to heal your family. I love my brothers and sisters in the culinary world. I respect a lot of the art that they create on a plate, right? But I need us to start cooking for the cellular health of our families. So watch how we heal our brains. We're about to get to how we heal the brain. So if you joined last week's class, it was the nervous system. The brain deals with regulating your overall system, right? Your brain deals with your overall system. But how does your brain cells, these neurons or neural tissue, how does the brain cells, once your body builds them, Your brain cells are some of the longest living cells in your body. Your hair cells die off every week. Some of your skin cells die off every week. But the cells of your brain are some of the longest lasting cells of your body, right? But how do they die off? Why do they die off so quick? Why do we get dementia? Why do we get Alzheimer's? Why are we so stressed? Why do we have anxiety? Why are we dealing with meningitis? Why are we dealing with lupus? Why are we dealing with all these brain issues, acute brain issues? Why are our brain cells dying off? Does anybody know? And this is why mental health is so big in our community, right? And this is why if something happened to me, y'all need to protect me. Because I'm teaching you all how to heal every aspect of your body if you put these pieces together like a puzzle, right? So somebody said food nowadays because food is mass produced. How many think food is killing your brain cells? A lot of people saying food that we eating is killing our brain cells. Okay. So food is killing our brain cells. What else do we think are some of the things that are contributing to our community's demise when it comes to our brain health, right? What about sleep? How much does sleep play on the regeneration of brain cells? Oh, somebody said chemicals, advertising, stress. Now we talking. We got phones, vitamin deficiency. All right. So medication. All right. So as a chef, this is why it's important. As a chef, we control the nutrients and vitamins that go into our family. As a chef, we can actually give our parents with dementia the right foods to actually give them the amino acids, right? The actually healthy fats, the omega-3 fatty acids, right? So look, somebody said smoking kills the brain cells, chemicals and drugs, lack of sleep, stress. All right, so if we know all these things kill the brain cell, I'm going to get a little more scientific, so just follow me a little bit, right? As a nurse, I got to get a little more scientific. My wife say, look, know your niche, know your target audience. You're not talking to doctors and scientists. You're talking to your homies, your family, your community. I love y'all. If you aren't here, by the way, I love y'all. You are my community. And together, we're going to change our families by changing our cells. And as we change our cells, we're going to outwardly show other people how it's possible. So I love y'all if you're on this live tonight. If you're watching my Tuesday, Thursday talks, if you're watching my Monday playbacks of my cooking show, I love y'all, right? So look, if we know all these things are bad, I got to get a little on the scientific side, right? So nerve cells die. Watch this, write this down. We know the nerve cells start to develop in the 3rd week of pregnancy. So we know that's when we got to start focusing. Even before then, that's why preconception health, right? But over time, we know nerve cells die because of lack of oxygen. Nerve cells, which are neural tissue and glial tissue is what makes up the brain. So we got the brain, the organ we talking about, now the tissue we talking about. Glial tissue and neural tissue is most of the tissue that makes up 90% of the brain. So that's what we're going to talk about without getting too in depth, right? So glial tissue is like the connective tissue, or what you would call the fat or the muscle. That's the glial tissue. But that's not most of your brain. Most of your brain is neurons. Most of your brain is electrical, right? So lack of oxygen starves your neurons to where they can't breathe. We know we got the dendrites, we got the axon, and we got the soma, right? This is a nerve cell. Don't be looking at me like I'm crazy, right? But this is a nerve cell. We got the dendrites, we got the axon, and we got the soma, right? Somebody said, can the brain cell be regenerated, right? So look, we got these cells that's communicating, but these cells are actually so densely populated in the brain, they make up tissue. Your brain is so densely populated with neurons, it makes up neural tissue. So lack of oxygen dries out these neurons to where they can't fire. You can't think. Your brain is now doing like this. What does this look like when your brain is doing like this because it's dehydrated? That looks like Parkinson's, right? Y'all see how this all makes sense, right? So look, our brains need certain things, minerals and vitamins, to not have certain deficiencies, right? So we got the brain cells made up of neural tissue, lack of oxygen. What else? Lack of nutrients. We said that earlier. Who knows some of the nutrients that the brain needs? Who knows some of the nutrients the brain needs? Now we're talking about cells, right? Because we know we got glial cells and we got neural cells, which is nothing but a bunch of neurons packed together densely that has all these pathways, electrical pathways. Your brain is communicating, processing, taking in thought, firing communication. How does this happen? You so magical. Y'all so magical. Y'all interpreting what I'm saying right now, sending it to the hypothalamus, sending it over to the parietal region, sending it back to the brainstem. Now you over here moving because you clapping. All this stuff. Somebody said choline. Your body needs choline. What else we need, right? What are some other vitamins and minerals the body needs? The brain. So look, lack of oxygen, lack of nutrients, and isolation from its community. So if you have a brain cell that's a part of a pack, because I said brain cells are tissues, right? Brain cells make up neural tissues because they're closely dense. What happens if some of the brain cells gets isolated because of inflammation? Say you got inflammation of the brain because you eating some of these bad foods, some of these sugary foods, some of these fried foods. Now you got inflammation in parts of the brain and it's separated a little bit of these nerve pathways. That creates death in that nerve system. So now you got hard time thinking. You forgetting certain stuff. Creatine. Woo! Creatine. Let's talk creatine for a second before we get into actual minerals and vitamins. There are natural ways to get creatine, and creatine is so beneficial to brain function, memory, intelligence, and reasoning. Please get natural creatine. Shout out for that, Hassan. My brother Hassan, IMAX Fitness. Creatine is essential to brain health, right? And it's natural forms to get it. But riboflavin. Who's heard of riboflavin? Who's heard of thiamine? Has anybody heard of thiamine or riboflavin? If you have not heard of this stuff, please get my Cellular Health 101 manual. I'm making a post right now. All right, found that too. Let's go. We about to wrap up, right? We about to wrap up, but I want you all to get this, right? We got our nervous system. We got the organs of the nervous system, the brain being one of the organs of the central nervous system, right? So now, what tissues make up the brain? We got the glial tissues. We got the neural tissues. What is this tissue made of? Mostly neurons, neural cells. What does the neural cell look like? Dendrites, axons, soma. But around the axon, we got the myelin sheath. A lot of you all know about the myelin sheath, right? And I ain't talking about the Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple. I ain't talking about the Irish Sheik from when y'all used to watch wrestling back in the day. I'm talking about the myelin sheath. Do you all know about the myelin sheath? This is essential when we're talking brain health, because that's why when people say, yo, eat your omega-3 fatty acids, get your amino acids, get your B vitamins. This is essential to your brain's health, right? But these fats are essential specifically, and some of these B minerals and vitamins are essential to your brain being healthy. What does that mean when people say, yo, you got to eat your healthy fats? Why? Who knows what the mind, if you're dealing with any type of nerve pain in here, this is for you. If you're dealing with nerve pain in here, this section is specifically for you. Who knows what the myelin sheath is, right? Mama Karen said, Yes, if the myelin sheath is destroyed, causes neurological issues, and nerve pain, right? Somebody said I started taking omega-3s this week and it felt like I could think easier. Hey, Oz, that's because omega-3s are like oil for your brain. Omega-3s are oil for your brain. But we're not taught what to give us for our brain health. That's why we're about to get to that next. I'm about to get on what hurts your brain and what helps your brain, and then we're going to ask any questions. If you on this live and you love what I'm teaching and you love what I'm demonstrating and you love to hear more, all you got to do is book a one-on-one consultation. We can go through your complete blood chart where they talk about your calcium, they talk about your iron, they talk about your zinc, they talk about your phosphorus. These are all the levels you need to monitor when it comes to brain health, right? Your body has over 100 minerals and vitamins. Let's put 100. And then we're going to talk about foods. Your body has over 100 minerals and vitamins. Your body has about 10 different organ systems, 85, 90 different organs, a bunch of different tissues. So now we know your body has 35 trillion cells. Every cell has about 100 minerals and vitamins. I'm trying to break down the cells of your heart, the cells of your lungs, the cells of your muscles, the cells of your brain, and teach you specifically what each one of these areas need. What type of organs make up these systems? What type of cellular tissue is there? Because every type of cellular tissue needs different foods. Say you're a man and you got 5 wives, right? You think you're gonna be able to give each and every one of your wives the same thing, wives and the same thing, and they're gonna be pleased? Hell no. Say you're a family and you got 6 or 7 different children. You think you can feed your child the same way and all of them gonna be fed properly? No. The same thing with the different systems and organs of your body. All of them are specified, highly specified, especially in the brain. The neurons of the brain are highly specified. They need different minerals and vitamins, right? So we got zinc, calcium, iodine, selenium, calciferol, vitamin D. Where do we get these foods from, right? Or where do we get these minerals and vitamins from? You get them from everyday food. You don't got to take supplements. You could get the vitamins to actually repair the myelin sheath, which is the part that wraps around the electrical aspect or the receiving well, the dendrites receive. But these feel, they communicate, send information up. They receive the actual information, but this receives the environment. So if you got a bunch of cells in the brain that doesn't have the myelin sheath, and every time you eat something and it causes inflammation just by a bit, it's pushing against the other cells that's pushing against this. Now you got brain clog, you got brain fog, you got lupus, you got all this stuff going on because we don't understand the cells that make up the brain. So tonight we talked through it a little bit. We talked through the brain. And if you're on my email list, you will get these follow-ups. Are you all on my email list? My email list, you get every weekly class and you get the recipes that go with it. The email list is available in my bio. My website is my name. Let's see. All right, so what are some of the foods that can help us repair our brain cell? Somebody asked, this is a very good question. And if you all don't know, I'm really a nerd. I'm just not an internet dude talking, right? I actually study, like, I could sit here if I want to and talk y'all really like through the brain. Like we could actually go through the brain. And if you see how old this book is, this is an old book. Like I actually go through, study what I'm gonna talk. I got recipe books that I actually study and make the connection, right? I can show you all the books where I study. Like y'all can see some of them down there. These are all books that I study. So I'm not just up here talking, right? I want you all to know I do the research. As a nurse, I do the evidence-based practice. I study the peer-reviewed journals. I go to different conferences, right? I'm not just up here talking. Yes, your brain can repair itself. Yes, your brain can repair itself. I'm gonna say that again. Yes, your brain can repair itself. So if you're dealing with any type of mental issues, you're dealing with dementia, you're dealing with lupus, you're dealing with meningitis, you're dealing with inflammation of the brain, you're dealing with recovering from a stroke because of lack of oxygenation, you could repair the brain cells. It's not really talked about right now, right? but I'm doing a lot of research. When I was a child, my wife knows my childhood dream was to be a neurosurgeon. I'm going to win a Nobel Peace Prize. And my childhood job was to be a neurosurgeon, not to be a social media content creator. I do this because I love y'all, not because this shit is cool to me. I want to be in the lab studying, cooking up, right? Is neurogenesis age dependent? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because is learning age dependent? Watch this. Is learning age dependent? Watch this. Watch how we about to make all this make sense. Because learning is a part of neurogenesis when you rejuvenate or recreate new pathways, right? You're connecting cells that weren't connected. You're regenerating new chemical synaptic clefts, right? Even athletes, they could train their brain. These are new connections, right? So if you could learn new things, that's essentially regenerating or neurogenesis, right? And that's just on a surface level. When we study, it's labs studies right now with, and I hate to say it, mice and rats, where they're doing different things to regenerate the hippocampus or different areas of the brain, right? You can generate different cells or different parts or regenerate different parts of the brain by one, getting the minerals and vitamins, getting the oxygen, getting outside, following people like me who spread in love and give you information, not only information, give you resources, not only giving you resources like I'm just handing you something I just found on the internet, but actually giving you tangible ways to change because I love you, right? So look, yes, the brain can regenerate, but you gotta stop eating the foods that oxidize the brain. What foods oxidize the brain? I got a whole section about this in my book. What foods oxidize the brain? What foods oxidize the brain to cause you to have stress, anxiety, depression, to cause autism, to cause dementia? Lack of oxygen in the brain can cause dementia-like symptoms, right? So what foods, okay, we got sugar, right? And specifically refined sugar. Let's be specific when we're talking, right? Because we don't want to just say sugar and some people say, yo, I get sugar from fruit, so stop eating fruit. No, refined sugar. Specifically refined sugar, white sugar, messes up the brain, right? Clouds the brain, oxidize the brain. We got processed foods. When we say processed foods, we mean it's some of those shelf-stable foods that's going to sit on the shelf for 6 months. Some of those Oreo cookies, them Chips Ahoy cookies, all that ultra-processed stuff is oxidizing your brain, causing inflammation, lacking the nutrients for your brain. This is all contributing to your brain health, right? So we're talking about foods now to destroy the brain. We're talking about the brain cell. The brain cell looks like this. We got the dendrites, the axon, the soma, the myelin sheath. This cell makes up the neural tissue because most of the brain is made up of neurons. We got the glial, which is like the body, but most of it's made up of neurons. How do we keep these cells healthy so we're not feeling inflammation, pain? We're not sending mixed signals. We don't have brain fog. We're not dealing with confusion, anxiety. How do we create new brain cells, right? Stop eating the dyed foods, the colored foods, the bleached foods, the high preservative foods, the oxidized foods, the sugary foods. All of this is killing our brain health. But what is mostly in our community? If you go into, let's be fucking transparent. And my son is right here, so y'all know I'm just on one right now, right? Granted, he's a young adult. He know how I am. But look, let's be transparent. How many of y'all got this deadly brain food in your house right now? How many of you all got this deadly brain food in your house right now, wondering why something is going wrong? Wondering why you can't get over the hump? And then they say your gut is your second brain, right? So now we're about to make this all make sense. Your gut is your second brain, right? How many people have heard that? If you heard that, put a thumbs up in the comment. If you heard your gut is your second brain, put a thumbs up in the comment. And please, please, if you need help, I talk shit, but I love you. All you got to do is go to my website, put yourself on my calendar, and I do one-on-ones every day. People always in my DMs, but just put yourself on my calendar and we could do one-on-ones, right? Your body can heal itself. You can heal yourself, right? All right, we got all the thumbs up. So we learning, we tracking, right? We learning, we tracking. A lot of us got the foods in the house. You have definitely helped me, and I'm getting back on track. I just want to teach us simple things that we can do, right? So now we know the foods to stay away from that's clogging our arteries, stifling the oxygen to our brain, not giving us the nutrients we need, because we know our brain needs zinc, iron, calcium, riboflavin, which is B2, folic acid, which is B9, calciferol, which is vitamin D. We need thiamine, which is vitamin B1. But where do we get this stuff, right? Where do we get this stuff? We need high antioxidant foods. And if you don't know or understand why do we eat antioxidants, and I'm gonna break it down because a lot of people on social media just be talking and teaching, but they don't be breaking it down, right? And I wanna show you how simple it is. Everybody on here know the Drake and Kendrick diss. They can tell you which song dropped, which way it dropped, which beat it dropped, who goes what, but they can't tell you how the fuck the body work. And I'm on one tonight because the brain is your biggest influencer of how your body works. And a lot of us just damage our brain. We just treat our brain like it ain't nothing. Your brain makes you go. Your brain makes you who you are. Your brain has some of your largest and longest living cells of your body. The most, y'all talk about a Tesla, these Cybertrucks, the most complex cells of your body happens within your brain, right? But how do we keep our brains healthy? Antioxidants. What is antioxidants? What does that mean? Antioxidants keep cells from oxidizing. Oxidized cells are cancerous cells. So if you eat antioxidants, you reduce the stress or cancer or the possibility of your cells to go rogue, right? So antioxidants is important. Anti-inflammatories are important because we know inflammation, right, causes stress, causes pressure, lack of nutrients. All this stuff happens when inflammation is present, right? So that's why anti-inflammatory foods are important. B vitamins, they help a lot of the complexes happen, right? Your brain needs to be able to communicate. The B vitamins is like the mail carrier with the mail, so you can open it up and see what it needs to do, right? You got the amino acids. That's like the muscle, literally the muscle, the building blocks of certain processes, right? Then you got your omega-3 fatty acids. You get all this in the diet, you got a healthy brain, right? So where do you get these foods? How do you get a healthy brain? How do you regenerate nerve tissue, nerve cells? For one, you got to start fasting. I'm drinking right now, this is some Seamoss water where I soaked my Seamoss and I'm drinking the water with some blueberries and some kiwi and some ginger pulp for real, right? Because I know my brain needs certain minerals and vitamins. My body needs certain minerals and vitamins. I got hit by a drunk driver, flipped my car 6 times. I got 6 herniated discs, torn rotator cuff, traumatic brain injury, and I'm here showing up for y'all. Some of y'all say I'm a superhero. I ain't no damn superhero. I just give my body the resources and minerals it needs to be highly effective and efficient when I can. You too can do the same thing, right? But we know green leafy vegetables are full of antioxidants. We got bok choy, we got Brussels sprouts, we got Swiss chard, right? And if you followed me every Monday for the next year, I'm going live cooking. Every Monday for the next year, I do cooking, right? So that way I can show you how to get these minerals and vitamins in everyday food, right? So we got the antioxidants, berries. Organic wild blueberries is the best. Organic wild blueberries. Ancient berries like acai bowls. People eat a lot of the acai bowls, right? Then you got the, right now it's strawberry season. You could get, they can't remove the seeds out of strawberries, guys. You ever seen a seedless strawberry? Who ever seen a seedless strawberry? Anybody? Has anybody ever seen a seedless strawberry? Certain fruits they can't remove the seeds out of. Eat those fruits because they're probably anciently coated with DNA. They're not genetically modified. So that's why people say eat the ancient fruits, because a lot of the fruits are genetically modified, and those fruits can alter your body when you eat them every day, because you literally are what you eat, right? Whole grains, a lot of whole grains. Y'all just see me make farro jewel rice the other day. Everything I'm teaching, I show recipes so you can actually introduce it to your house so you can start healing your family. In my book, I tell you how to stay away from certain foods, and I actually show you, watch how I show you this. Look, we just talked about the brain. The brain needs selenium. The brain needs riboflavin, right? The brain needs calciferol. This is my book, right? Choline, calciferol. I tell you what each one of these minerals and vitamins do and where to find them, right? Every essential mineral and vitamin for your body, I created a book that shows you what the minerals and vitamins do and where to find them. Tell me this ain't a game changer. Tell me I didn't do the homework for y'all. Essential minerals and vitamins, riboflavin. Most of y'all didn't even know what vitamin B2 was. I created a book to show you, Cellular Health 101. I gave you recipes showing you, right? Every Monday. So Thursday, we talking. Hopefully today y'all got the concept. Yes, you can heal your brain. Yes, you can regenerate brain cells, new brain cells. It's happening every day now. They got so many studies going on right now. Flavonoids, dark chocolate, blueberries, eat those. Lion's mane mushrooms, walnuts, get those. If you drink tea in the morning, get lion's mane powder, put it in your tea. I don't necessarily teach powders because your body got to work to rehydrate them. That's water that's being pulled from your cells. But if you don't have no other way to get lion's mane because you don't know how to cook it, get dehydrated lion's mane, put it in your tea to help with your nerve health, your brain health, right? Red bell peppers, red tomatoes are full of lycopene. This helps somebody say, I love me some lion's mane. I just made some lion's mane skewers and showed you all how to make them, right? Olive oil, coconut oil, healthy MCT, healthy brain fats, right? Even if you use lotion, cut out the lotion and use olive oil and coconut oil on your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of the body, right? Why are you putting synthetic minerals and vitamins on your body when you knew your brain needs healthy fats with omega-3 fatty acids? Put it on your skin, family. We really talking health around here. It ain't just what you put in your body. I teach holistic health. It's what you put in your mind, what you put in your social space, what you put in your energy space, what you put on your skin, what you put in your mouth. That's how we heal our families, right? What you saying, bruh? Salute to you, family. So look, if you was on this live, this is Thursday Talks with Moorish Chef. Every Thursday, we talking health versus healthcare. I got to teach you all how to understand the body, some of the diseases that go with each system, and then how to break it down. We're in the month of May. The whole month of May is the nervous system. Yes, my book is $44. Yes, my book is $44. It is not this version. This was the proof. My book is actually thicker than this, and it's hardback. The book is hardback, and it's about 260 pages. This is the book. It's hardback, and it's about 260 pages. But listen, if I could get you to understand the systems of your body, the organs that make up the systems, the tissues that make up those organs, and the cells that make up those tissues, and then I could teach you about the minerals and vitamins that those cells need, where to get them from certain foods, how to cut the certain foods out of your diet. It's how to build a community of like-minded individuals and be amongst the community of like-minded individuals, how to actually participate, right? Not just be a part of, but contribute to, so that way we can learn and grow together. That's what these Thursday talks are all about. Me teaching you all about your different systems of your body so you can see how to heal your family. As a nurse, I don't want to see y'all in the hospital. I'm going to say that again. As a nurse, I do not want to see y'all in the hospital. I feel like as your brother, If I see y'all sick in the hospital, I ain't do my job. As your brother, if I see you all sick in the hospital, I ain't do my job. Because each and every one of you all got the resources to heal yourself, long as you know me. If you on this live, you know me. If you on this live, you know where to get my book. If you on this live, you know how to schedule a one-on-one with me. If you on this live, you could get Seamoss to start properly funding your cellular bank account, right? I'm tired of people saying, I can't, I don't know. You do know. But are you willing to do the work? As men, are we really ready to lead our families to a higher place? I get tired of men saying, y'all protect my family. How when you don't take the time to learn what your baby needs? Your wife is going through something. She telling you she got outbreaks and you running her to the hospital thinking the white man is going to save your wife. That white man don't care about you or your wife. I need you to start taking the time to learn what her skin, what her body, what her mind needs, and start giving her that. That's how we show up as men for our queens. That's how we start changing the narrative in our families, right? And you can do that by thinking positive, being positive, right? Eating the right stuff. And I'm not saying that to be dismissive of anybody, because there's people from all walks of life who disgruntle and disagree with everybody. And I'm not saying all skin folk, kinfolk either, right? But what I'm saying is we run our families to a system, no matter what system it is. And that system ain't for us. No system in America was built for us, right? No system in America was built for us. We got to build it amongst each other. So the brain is a powerful thing. If you think it, you could be it. You could regenerate new nerve cells, new brain cells, because the brain is built off of nerve cells, which are nothing but neurons. We got to get them neurons healthy by giving them all the right things they need: the antioxidants, anti-inflammatory food, minerals and vitamins, the omega-3 fatty acids, the B vitamins, the amino acids. And just in case y'all need some more foods, I wrote a whole list down. This whole list is in my book. We got fenugreek you could use as a spice. We got turmeric you could use as a spice. We got certain legumes, lentils, certain grains you could use. We got farro. We got macadamia nuts. We got walnuts. We got prunes, cranberries. All these things you could use, right, to start healing your family. But y'all giving them medication. They say Granny may have dementia, and you say, oh, that's sad. Instead of getting Granny what she needs to help build them neurons back up. Yeah, if you follow me, I love you. We about to wrap it up, right? What can I do for severe lymphedema between each thigh? Brother, I love you. I respect you. But tonight we're talking about the nervous system. We're talking about the brain. If you need me specifically on something else, all you got to do is book me for a one-on-one, respectfully. I don't want to get off topic tonight because this is recorded and it's for people to watch in the future. And I want to stay on topic talking about the brain and healing the brain, because a lot of people don't know they can regenerate nerve cells, right? They can regenerate brain cells. Our community, melanated people, are powerful, right? We some of the most powerful people on this earth, but we don't think we are as powerful as we are, and we give too much power to other people. We give too much power to other people, and we don't think. Your brain uses 22% of the energy of your body. Your brain consumes 25% of the calories of your body. Your brain is the motor that makes you go, and half y'all don't even believe in yourself. That's why your body can't heal. Your body can't heal because you don't believe you can heal. And then not only do you not believe you can heal, you eat in death and destruction foods. Foods that's oxidizing your brain. Foods that don't have the minerals and vitamins. Foods that's causing inflammation, causing your neurons to be separated from the neural group that makes the neural tissue, right? And then you're not studying because you're worried about other stuff, the minerals and vitamins your body needs to get you back right. I talk, I rant, but I love you because I need y'all to know, my brothers and sisters, y'all listen in a certain tone. If we're not talking to our brothers and sisters in a certain tone, they don't think it's love, right? And look, we're about to get off of here, right? If you just joining and y'all love the way I talk, y'all love the way I teach, my book is written in my voice. My book is written with love. My book is written with intention. My book is written with patience and diligence, right? My book is indubitably what you need to help change your life, right? Because like someone just said, I'm not worried about media. I'm not worried about the system. I love my son. I love my wife. I love my community. If I could get you all on the right beat, I don't care about the system, because as the people, we can change the system. I believe the people can change the system, but too many of us are trapped. We're trapped in a mental matrix. We got too much brain fog going on, right? The book still has about a week before it ships. We're still waiting. If you order the book right now, if you order my book right now, if you order this book right now, send me a message, send me a DM, and I will send you the ebook version for free. If you order this book right now, it's a pre-order. They ship in about, the first copies come this weekend. The first copies come this weekend. If you order this book, send me a message. I'll send you the ebook. So that way you could get started and we could get learning together, right? Do you all have any questions for me on the brain? On can we heal the brain? We talked about, you could get the ebook tonight. If you send me a message after ordering the book, I will send you the ebook as soon as I get off this live so y'all can start studying. The ebook is the intro into cellular health. It's 65 pages. The ebook is 65 pages, right? It's the intro. The physical book is a hard copy deluxe version with over 260 pages. I went in. Not only did I went in, I told my story. A lot of you all don't know my story, right? So how can you actually put your brain in a good environment? Before we get off, you got to actually keep learning, keep thinking, keep creating new neural pathways, keep eating the right foods, do your intermittent fasting, get the right minerals and vitamins, get my book that teaches everything you need to have as your foundation, get the Seamoss if you need it. If you don't know where to start, the one-on-one consultations are already it. That's it. The brain in a nutshell, right? Do you all have any questions for me before we wrap it up tonight? We got about 5 minutes before I get off. Do you all got any questions for me before I wrap it up tonight on the brain, on the nervous system? We're talking the nervous system all month. A lot of people didn't even know the nervous system had two different parts. A lot of people didn't know what organs make up the peripheral nervous system or the central nervous system. We talked about the fight or flight syndrome last week. We talked about rest and digest. Your brain, your body can't heal when it's in fight or flight. If you don't understand all this, please get on my email list. I see y'all don't have any questions. I'm gonna get off so we can save this live. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Have a good night. Blessings, YouTube. I love y'all.